Welcome to episode 2 of Mutual Friends.
Guys, we're number 37 on the Australian podcast comedy charts.
Woo! So we've gone national and we've taken it to Melbourne.
Yep, as a celebration, episode 2. And we're interstate already. We're in Melbourne right now.
That's good.
Out of our usual studio.
I know, we're sort of on the road.
On the
touring.
road. So
Already
enjoy
early on.
this little on the road episode. Before we get started, just some housekeeping. We're going to be posting an episode every Tuesday on all platforms and also on YouTube. And don't forget, get around our Instagram, our YouTube,
very good.
and all our social platforms, and join our Facebook page as well. So all the links are on our
Facebook
Instagram.
Group literally made me cry last night
Did
because
it?
I was falling asleep and then Tom was like, look, there's so many cute things in the Facebook group and everyone's sending mum like well wishes and everything.
I did see
and
that.
I just love the community.
Well, you'd be happy to know, guys, that Susie's home.
Oh my God, she is. Yeah.
You just looked at me like, what?
I was like, what do you know?
You'll be happy to know that.
She's home from the hospital. There's still some ongoing things. Just as a little check-in, I can't leave you high and dry with like the last episode. She's really doing well. So I think all the Facebook
yay.
love really
Has helped.
helped.
Yeah.
It means so much. Literally tears flowing from the onpouring of love. Like I can't.
isn't that
I've
so
always
nice?
wanted a big family and this is it.
And now you've got
And
one.
now I've got one.
Well, it's only going to keep growing. So get around the Facebook, guys, and send Susie some love.
Oh
send
my
us
God,
some
no,
money.
no
we'll
more
link
love.
our
I'll, like,
PayPal in the
lose it.
description.
Yeah, link a little PayPal.
GoFundMe.
So Chachi,
Yeah.
what's up?
What's up? Well, big week for Chachi this week. I'm graduating on Friday.
Oh my God, this Friday.
This Friday, even though I have been working.
Graduated. Well, you graduated like last year.
Yeah, so I officially finished uni in July last year. And then
Jeez,
they take their time. So I'm officially graduating on Friday, except they already sent me in the mail my, not diploma, but my certificate. The, what's it called? Oh, it doesn't matter.
A bachelor of.
It's called something like, do you know what the official word is, Tom? It's called like your.
No.
Oh, okay.
Piece of paper.
That piece of paper, they sent me that in the mail. And they sent me my little medal in the mail. But
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if they're going to give me a second piece of paper on Friday, but I get the gown.
What are you wearing?
Oh, well, I'm going to wear the white Misha dress that I wore to the races
Yep. Good girl.
last Saturday.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I got that on Friday. So I've been working, Melbourne, Wagga. I'm on the road. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you, Til?
Oh, God. I had this thought. I really want to get Hold on. I realised I didn't answer your question at all. I was going to completely change the subject.
No, change the subject. My question's boring.
I've just been thinking lately, I keep seeing babies everywhere and never in my life have I craved to have a baby. And it's my birthday tomorrow and I think that's what's happening. It's like my body wants it but my mind isn't ready. And I just had this thought if I could take like Ozempic to stop the baby cravings. Because you know how Ozempic is used for like sugar and alcohol and like other substances. And well, obviously, isn't that a thing though, Tom? It like just stops, it gives your body like a bit of dopamine or it just stops some sort of craving.
I think it can help with all sorts of cravings, not just food.
Yeah, but I don't know
exactly.
if like
So my idea is Ozempic, just to keep me off the babies for a few more years. Because I keep seeing them, I'm like, what is going on? I don't want a baby, but like, why is my body like,
I need
like
it.
it's just like biologically maternal or something.
Yeah, I think that you would disappear if you took Ozempic.
Well, no, because I'd still eat. It's just I wouldn't get knocked up.
I don't know if it would work. It's like, well, the main craving's the baby, so let's block that one. You could try it, but maybe
An experimental dose. Oh my God. You know what it is? You know what women have found taking Ozempic? They have been getting pregnant because like people who have struggled with infertility for years Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, and they've like started to take Ozempic, and then they've just like gotten pregnant. So I don't want that, but I want the desire to go.
So last week you wanted a dog, and this week you want a baby.
I'm just clucky. Like, what's going on? I've never been like this before.
Well, firstly, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday.
And
secondly, how old are we turning?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
29.
That is baby age. That is the
I
biological
know, and I
clock.
hate it. I don't want to be like one of those. Like, I literally have always identified as like 20.
20.
Like around, like, I don't know. My brain hasn't evolved to see myself as a 29-year-old.
Yeah, you would look at hear other
Like,
people say they're 29, but
and
like,
yeah,
wow,
and
they're
I'm
so
like,
much
that
older
is
than me.
so old.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that person who's like, oh my God, you're 30. That's crazy. Like, I'm so sorry you're so old. Sort of like, obviously we're all like growing and women can be old now.
You're allowed.
But I don't know. I just don't identify as a 29-year-old. And so the fact that my body is like going against me already.
It's baby time.
Yeah. I'm like, shut up. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm just getting going.
So do you just think they're cute, or you genuinely feel compelled that you want to have a baby?
I cannot wait for the moment, the day in my life when I can be like a blossoming mother. like picture me bump out.
Bump reveal, dressing the bump.
Exactly.
Oh.
Like a flowy summer dress, and I'm making jam. Like, I want that trad wife. I crave it deeply.
But you can be that.
No, not yet. I have to be a bloody woman in comedy, don't I? I have to be a hustler, apparently.
She's a podcaster.
Yeah, now I've got this little endeavour. No time for a baby.
I feel like I see, like, as we were talking about last week, my sister's, my friend's sister had a baby. Well, both her sisters have had a baby within a few weeks of each other. So there's 2 newborns, and I was over the other night.
That's beautiful.
And the newborn was on the table on like in this little thing. And Jules went up to get something, and then her sister was like, oh, I've got to get something from the car. Can you mind the baby? And I felt ill.
Oh, you had to mind it, not the sister.
No, me. Just me and the newborn. I just was looking at it on the table like,
Yeah, I used to be
what
like
do
that.
I do with you? Yeah, I remember when I was
I
like
remember
that.
when I was footloose and fancy free. I was like, you still are. You don't have to get pregnant.
Yeah.
So you just had no instincts
No,
at all to
I'm not
look after
maternal
them.
at all. Like, I have zero maternal
You-
instinct. I don't know if it's going to kick in later or like, but I feel scared when someone gives me a baby.
That's the other thing. Like, I've never like loved other people's babies. But I think when you have your own, I'm already speaking like I'm the wise. Like, when you have your own, it's different. You'll get it.
You'll get it when
don't
you
get
have
it
your
now,
own.
But when you get to my birthing age, you'll get it.
understand. Well,
Yeah, so that's just something I'm internally tackling.
well, you could try Ozempic, but I just don't know if it's going to work.
And then I have like Ozempic face and Ozempic butt, you know, when it goes really saggy, so they say. Done my bit of research just to see if baby cravings are on the list. Yeah, we'll get to that, I guess. But think of me the day that I am a stay-at-home mum.
I can already see you doing that though. I can
Like,
see you as a
literally-
stay-at-home mum.
I wish I had this like money hungry, like killer instinct. Like I just part of me wishes that, but then I'm just so good at cleaning and nurturing.
Like, I don't want to climb the corporate ladder.
I know. I feel like I'm doing like a disservice to women everywhere, but it's like I just really feel quite sorry, I'm being all noisy in the mic.
Tilly's
Sorry everyone,
holding a microphone
we're
far away.
learning with
Oh.
no stands. Just let
Can you
me
hear
know.
the cords clicking? Is that it?
No, Tilly was just fingering the mic constantly.
I'm like this. How'd you like that, listeners?
Sorry. I'm nervy. I just need a baby to hold. That's why I've been wanting a dog. Okay, this is just like me and my wants. Okay, we can move on because I'm just like obviously wanting something to cuddle. It's just been an emotional
he's
month.
not cutting
No, he's
it.
not cutting it. He's not like
He's not
hairy or
small enough.
something. Not small enough. That's it. I need like something that could die without me.
Suze, doozy a few weeks ago.
well, maybe that's what sparked it. I'm like, I'm
I
very
need to
good
look
at
after
caring.
something. Yeah, maybe that
Yeah,
has
now
actually
mum's up and getting better.
spiked your maternal instinct though, like having to care for someone. Maybe
Truly.
that's like clicked your body into being like, I'm a mother.
I think it has. I think it like flicked a little switch inside my brain that was like, this is my job now.
This is me.
This is Silky.
Well, the only remotely close feeling I've had to that is Robert Irwin's Bonds campaign.
Sorry, it could be. Yeah, that made me feel. But he's like, what, 21?
He's 21. He's so wise and so mature. And I just think that if he did this interview the other day saying that he's ready for his like spontaneous, both Bindi and Steve met Terry
Yep.
and whatever the fuck Bindi's husband's called.
I do know. It's like something Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Will come to me.
Both
He's
of them,
really
they both
sweet.
were American tourists at Australia Zoo.
God.
So Bobby Boy was saying,
You need to put on an American accent and get your ass to the
get
zoo.
to the zoo. Well, he was saying he's ready for his like serendipitous
that's
meeting.
sweet.
But all I could think was if he knew me, I just think
If he knew
that I existed and everything
marriage
I
in
had
a
to
heartbeat.
offer, he would just be so much happier.
You're honestly his dream girl.
I'm a go-getter.
You're literally
animals.
a
Thank
vet,
you.
Bob.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not American.
You're not American,
I
but
don't-
but you've got a little go-getter way about you, like a
Little
little
American
like a little
edge.
peppy American would. You look like a bit of a cheerleader.
Woo! I would literally get in there and wrangle a croc with
Yes,
him.
you
and
would.
then there's a
You'd be
video of
so
him
hands-on.
talking to a kid and she was like, "What makes you brave?" And he goes, "Oh,
What a
great
fantastic question. Crikey, let me think on that one.
And he goes, "It's not always about being brave. It's about being afraid and doing it anyway." And I was like, "Oh, marry me."
You're so into that.
I am so
You
he's
are.
so corny.
He's so corny,
But then
and it's exactly
Imagine
your type.
dating him though. You'd be like,
Oh,
"Oh,
fucking God.
Rob, it's my graduation." He's like, "Wow,
Wowzers,
good on ya."
Chachi. The thing is, you tackled it despite not knowing.
You worked so
So-
hard." And he goes, "G'day, Jeremy. Nice to
Oh
meet
my
ya."
God. No,
And Dad's like, "Yeah, mate.
your dad would not tolerate that.
Yeah, mate. I'm betting on the horses. I'll talk to you later."
You know, something about the horses and the racing doesn't rub me right. He's like, I don't want to get into it.
No, I can't get into it. But I really wanted to talk about that because it's obviously going crazy at the moment, that campaign.
I've never seen him in that light before, and I saw him that day when the Bonds posts came out. Yeah, he's just look. I wish you well. I think we need to get you and him closer in the same room. It was very close at the TikTok Awards.
Very close.
Bob Irwin was there. He was hosting. If some people saw,
Until he got to meet him.
yes. Because I was at one of I was nominated for a
Yeah, actually
Comedy
tell this
Creator
story
Award.
because it's kind of scary for you.
Well, true, actually. I hate snakes. Like probably I'd say 4 times a week I have dreams where I'm looking down at my feet and there's just all these snakes and it's like terrifying. And Tom, you said an interesting thing. It's like apparently engraved in us or something like biology that you're just like born afraid of snakes.
Yeah, wait, I was talking to someone the other day and
Really?
he said the exact same thing. He's like, yeah, spider like freaks you out, but like
snakes
something
set
about
something
a
off.
snake, like, you know, you almost can sense. I've had times where I've been like at the farm and been like doing things and moving things around and then the second I'm like, oh, as if I haven't seen a snake yet and then the next thing I'll pick up and there's a snake underneath. I'm like, it's like your body instinctively
Instinctively
knows it.
What
That's
is the
so- Why
symbolism?
do boys know that stuff?
Yeah, how do you
the
know
Roman
that?
Empire and
It is
natural
snakes.
like
And chimps, like chimp research.
Yeah, what's with that?
research.
It's like our ancestors have been killed by snakes for billions of years.
And as the male provider, it's your job to pass on that
No, I think
knowledge.
it's all of us.
Yeah. You know, someone referred to gossiping the other day
It's
as
just spreading awareness as
yeah,
the
like
old traditional storytelling.
Yeah.
It's like, so sue me for
Sue me.
pursuing traditional storytelling.
it must be a boy thing.
But I'm grateful for it. So I have these like nightmares about snakes. And then the night of the TikTok Awards, Bob Irwin is hosting along with Abby Chatfield and Kat Clark.
Yes.
And wait, was it Abby?
No,
Indy.
Indy.
Sorry, Abby was the year before.
Well,
Thought
Indy
so.
got everyone's names wrong. So
Yes,
sorry,
so
not
there you go,
sorry,
taste of your
Indy.
medicine. Looked stunning, like a bronzed
She
goddess.
did look beautiful.
Sorry, I'm just fingering the mic real quick. Just got a sweaty hand, just readjusting. And then, so Bob comes out with this wildlife segment. He's holding a python. I think it was a python.
It was a big snake.
Obviously, it wouldn't have been poisonous. Like, surely
No.
they wouldn't have done that to us. And he has it wrapped around it, and he sort of comes up to the table that I'm at, and he puts his big snake right near my face, and it was terrifying. And I was like genuinely freaking out. It made for a great segment, but
And he goes, it's all right. And then at the end, he like comes over to you all and he was like, you guys did amazing.
yeah, and he was like, sorry, Tilly, how you feeling? I was like, he knows my name.
I was in the nosebleeds at the
literally,
boondocks
you were,
watching like,
and
I'm jealous.
we kept texting being like, you're so close to Bobby.
You were so close to Bob. Did he
No,
smell
you
good?
though.
Oh.
I was like, I was trying to like, I was like, I've got a friend.
I've got a
Just
friend that you
few
should probably
seats-
meet.
Yeah.
I hear that you're looking for love.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because like the drama was that he was like recently single or something.
Yep, it
And
was.
we were like,
I was on the
jump on a
prowl.
chat
I
sheet.
literally called in sick to work to go to the TikTok awards to
Yeah.
pin down Bob Irwin and
Yeah.
marry him.
And that's all we'll say on jobs.
And that's all we'll say about work yet again. My friend was like,
again.
what happened at work? And I was like, it was just clickbait.
That's all we'll say.
I've got a few different things. I thought we could try and play a game at some point, only because I think that Tilly and I are actually so different.
Okay.
And like, when we're in conversation, like we'll think that we're both on the same point,
But we'll
and
be,
then
like,
we're
way
in
off.
completely different
Yeah,
planets.
you're right. Actually, that does happen a lot.
And B, like I'll always be like, have you guys seen this thing? And you're like,
No.
"What?"
But yeah, I don't know a single cultural reference
No.
on the internet.
I call it pop culture, but I don't think you can even say that it's pop culture. If it's like
just
Australian
you can name
TikTokers.
any person in the, I don't know, like realm of what's happening in the world. And I'll just be like, no,
No,
haven't heard
and
it.
it's so funny though because that's your
I know
industry, like that's your thing, and you're like, I
I'm
don't know
very
who
much
that is.
like what do they say when it's like drug dealers don't smoke their own stash, don't get high on your own supply.
Oh,
Like I don't engage with, like I very rarely will just be on TikTok. Like I just sort of post and get off.
yeah, you just post it and dump. Whereas my screen time the other day was 9 hours, and I was like, fucking unemployment's hitting hard.
But you're doing research, which I'm very
I was
grateful
doing
for.
research, and that was the day that we launched. I was just sitting on my
Oh,
phone
you had
being
things
excited.
to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
So I thought we could play like what's the game Wavelength, where you go 3, 2, 1
Oh
and
my
you
God,
say
the
a word,
legs.
and then you've got to see how many times you can
yes.
like be on the same one. But we
Okay,
could be
okay.
here all hour.
Could be. Bit of editing involved.
We'll try one game, and if it's shit, we'll just cut out.
Okay, so you just say, so you just start, do we start with the same word?
I think I think you just play. You just go 3, 2, 1, and you say a word, and then you come up with 2 words, and then
And
you've
you
got to find
try
something in
and get
between.
to
You
the
like,
same
dun, dun,
word.
dun. I don't
Okay.
know if it's actually called Wavelength, but I
Okay.
think. Okay,
So 3, 2, 1,
chair.
microphone.
Hey, furniture / item. We're on the
Great,
same
great.
page.
I feel like that's
Chair and microphone.
3,
2, 1. Studio.
furniture.
Oh, silly.
You just said it, and I was like, we're onto a winner. Okay, studio and furniture. Is this exciting for you, Tom?
Is this boring listening?
Riveting game. Keep going.
Okay, we'll finish this round, I guess, and move on.
Okay, studio and furniture.
You gotta get this.
What?
No.
No, what are you thinking? Studio and furniture.
3, 2, 1. IKEA. You didn't say anything.
I got scared. I was thinking IKEA, but I was going to say podcast. All right. We'll get better at
we'll
this.
leave it at
We'll leave it for now, but that was really a good start.
I just did think that it's so funny how differently our brains
Yeah.
work, even though we get along so well
I know,
and like
yeah.
are so on the same page, but then we're just so
you
different at the same
A
time.
type A personality, is that? Because you're like, we wake up early.
I think there's part of me that is type A, but then I dip into type B
Same.
because I'm like, like I freak out if I don't have routine. I need I want to make plans. I want to know what time, where. I'm always early,
Right.
like all that
I'm
kind
none
of
of that.
stuff. But then I also am very chill and don't really give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just sort of my foundations are type A, but I think my personality's type B.
a nice one. That's a good one.
I
I'd
think-
say
what do you think
my
you are?
foundations are B. Oh, no, wait. I mean, I make my bed every day.
Hey,
I don't know.
all
it's like-
in.
but like that's important to me.
It is important. It's like the sign of a successful person is making your
They
bed every
literally
day.
said that. It's like people who make their bed every day are 250% more likely to be a millionaire.
And here we are.
I mean, hello. If that's
Tilly,
not-
you're a type B with OCD. That's what you are.
oh,
Did you just
Wait.
look that up on a little calculator?
what is that? Tell me more.
No, I'm just saying that's how I see you.
Oh, you didn't research
You don't wake
that?
up early. You don't
Yeah,
have any
actually-
routine. You're 40 minutes late to everything.
She's
but
just
then
an
you have
influencer.
OCD.
Yeah, actually true. I agree.
Yeah, you know what? That's
with
probably
Tomke.
really accurate. I do get really like obsessed over things. Speaking of dark chocolate honeycomb,
Yum.
Charlotte, I'm fully addicted. Where I've been eating a packet a day of 150 grams of dark chocolate honeycomb.
Yum. But the
And-
honeycomb's nothing. It's half air.
It's like glucose and bicarb.
Yeah. Yummy.
So that's not bad.
That's not bad for you.
It's bicarb. It's very alkalizing.
Is it like, so it's not just a crunchy? You can't just
It's
have
like
a
the
crunchy and be
No,
satisfied?
It's not a crunchy and it's not a violet crumble. In fact, okay. All right, to really get into it,
Let me break it down.
there's this one chocolate shop, lolly candy place. Because it doesn't sound like I'm getting too much into the details. I'm like really excited right now. Okay, let me just take it back. Near the hospital, which is where I've been for the past 6 weeks, understandably, we all know that. I think I've just been craving a lot of sugar because I've been under more stress.
Yes.
And so my current little fixation is dark chocolate honeycomb from
Yum.
New Farm Confectionery in Newstead. So it's this one specific shop in Brisbane. Like it's not easy to just duck into a Woolies and grab. And it's very expensive, like the tiniest little block. Like I wish it came in bulk because we've been running through it, right? Like every night coming home, breaking off a chunk of honeycomb. It's honestly needs to stop. But I've just bulk ordered online. I just figured it out how you can. So I added to car like 5 bags.
Have you sent it to Sydney?
Yeah.
You have to like ration it
Because
out.
I went to the shop to get it because I was like, after the hospital, I would always go get it. Okay, it's like a really bad like routine, but it kept me going.
Good girl.
And I went there and I was like, I could see the milk chocolate and I could see the plain honeycomb, but there's like dark chocolate honeycomb, and I was like, like trying. I literally like get shakes like from that, and I'm like, I just need to come home and have my honeycomb. And I was like, sorry, where's the dark chocolate honeycomb? And she was like, must be out. I was like, oh, okay. Like she
I'm
said
spiraling.
it so coolly, like, guess we're out of that one.
She's
And I
like,
was
there's milk chocolate there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you're
And
like,
she
no.
literally said that, and I was like, not it. Like, don't show me that. I can see what's there. And then she goes, there's also dark chocolate honeycomb bark. Also not it.
No, yucky.
And that tasted filthy. I bought it because I was like, I got to walk away with something. Nah, disgusting. It tasted like straight up bicarb and vinegar.
Ew.
I don't know how they
Did
got
you
that.
have like so when this happened, were you having intense feelings of like panic? Because I do
Yeah,
think
I
that is
actually was.
OCD.
Wait, really?
Like, were you genuinely like?
I was a bit
I
like,
think
what
that-
do I do now? What do I put in this hole? Do I go have a cigarette? Like that was like
I go do
I've never
heroin?
smoked in my life, but like that was the sort of, I imagine what someone
The
would go through,
feeling.
like a withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have very bad sugar cravings.
Yeah,
Maybe they're Ozempic.
we'll fix that. But that's really manifesting your OCD coming through.
Yeah, I don't like to use OCD lightly, but stuff like that will ruin Tilly's week.
Yeah,
and I'm
and
just
that-
like, this is borderline.
Wait, is that for real though? I've never like properly considered myself because like I have had a psychiatrist tell me I've got ADHD with OCD tendencies, and I just sort of brushed it off. Like I've never sort of thought more into that, but it really does explain a lot of me.
No, No, it probably is. And like that feeling of like, if I don't do this, then like if I don't listen to Inner Bloom when the plane is taxiing and taking off, then the plane will crash. I listen to it every time. And if I don't, I know that the plane's not going to crash, but it would make me panic if I didn't do it.
Yep.
Not saying I have OCD, but I think it's, again, one of those So the fact that you're actually like getting a cortisol spike over the chocolate.
Okay. So how do you stop that? Because I've just bulk ordered it to our home.
I think you'll wean yourself. I think because
Well,
you won't have. I think
yeah.
these habits get worse when you get
More
stressed because you need to grab control from elsewhere.
Oh,
So then you lean into your.
You're so clever. How did you know that?
I don't know.
Oh my
Lots of
God.
therapy.
Wow. That's so
you, like,
true.
lean into
But
it
also
more.
with like honeycomb chocolate, I know will pass in probably a month. Like it like I've had many phases. It used to
What's
be
next?
It used to be Magnums, then it was Tim Tams, then it was
There was a banh mi phase.
Oh yeah, I had a crystal book banh mi face, and it'll just be like the same thing every day for maybe like I made the same chicken salad every single day for lunch for probably 22 months. Like it
You don't get sick of
was
it?
my longest phase. Like, lucky it was healthy, but
Yeah,
now,
good girl.
but now even thinking about it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you, like,
couldn't. I just
completely
now I'm like
ruined
I
it.
run things dry.
Yeah. Oh God.
Wow, I've never really reflected this much. This is nice.
I think we need to get like a
psychologist
or a psychologist,
someone who
on
knows
here.
what they're talking about.
Yeah, for all our little weird like
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes, she does pick it. And then she's got bare knuckles.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
literally
working
just
on
a
myself.
skeleton hands. Oh,
Yes.
Speaking of fingernails, everyone's coming for me about our
Oh my
cover.
God. Okay, so I didn't see this. Tell me.
So essentially the day we did the photo shoot, I was like, I consciously remember being like, oh, my nails aren't done. I'd picked off all my nail polish except for like one thumb. So, and the one thumb that happens to be painted is the one that's on your face. I didn't realize our hands would be so involved
Yeah, we had
in the
no
photo
idea
shoot.
like what picture would stick.
Yeah, what was going to happen. So then
I wonder if we could go back in and Photoshop.
well, people
all
have
the
been like,
fingers.
I saw someone comment being like, love this, but like, why did you only Photoshop nail polish on one thumb? And then secondly, you look at the picture of my hand on your shoulder, orange, brown, fake tan. It actually looks like I put my hand in poo. and put it on your shoulder. It is. I'm not a clean girl.
You're actually not, and
aesthetic.
I mistook you for that. I described you to Tom as a clean girl, and I was like, actually, no, you're.
I'm
what
not
are
a
you?
clean girl because my makeup always looks a bit orange.
You
I'm
look
like
really
a Geordie
cute.
shop.
You look good today.
In the other mirror, I was literally like, I could see every pore.
Oh yeah, but that's just the sunlight.
Yeah, I'm not a clean girl. So A, it's not photoshopped, and B, leave me alone. Get off my back.
Yeah, she's a type B with a personality.
I'm a type A B.
A B.
I can't help
Is that
it.
a C? Are you a type C? What is C?
Type Chachi.
No, but you never do nails.
No, I'm not. Well, I've started doing them now,
Which I appreciate.
which I really like because I didn't realize shellac was actually so good. So I've started
great,
doing my
isn't it?
nails now. But I'm definitely not a clean girl. But I think that's because I'm a bit.
shoes on.
Don't talk about my toes. I went on a date and I was, and this character that I went on a date with is someone that will give him a narrative on an episode in my dating corner. But anyway, I went on a date with him and I was wearing sandals and he's like 6'3". And anyway, he's like looking at me, like we're like standing facing each other and he's like looking at me and then he looks down, he goes, what's going on with your toes? And I was like, I want to fucking die because I have really ugly feet and really ugly toenails.
You
And then the other
just
day Dad
need-
goes, oh God, look at your toenails.
Yeah, you do need to go to the podiatrist. We've been through this. Like, it's like a medical thing that you need to get sorted out first, and then you can get like a proper pedicure.
But that's why I also think I'm not fully type A because I just let these things keep going
Whereas
and I'm not a clean
I
girl.
like fixate on I just hate feet. So I always make sure my feet look good because I just like fix it. And like for some reason I'm like, people will not love me if I have ugly feet.
And maybe
that
that's
something
the
I should
hack.
work on?
Maybe that's the hack.
What? Like
Maybe I wouldn't get ghosted if I didn't have such ugly feet.
take a leaf out of my book and
Pull yourself together.
pull yourself to get a book in with Mary. She does my toes. But we'll maybe that'll be another little excursion, a little
come along.
Yeah, we go
For the vlog.
We go,
Take
I go
charge
like
of
to do
the
a makeover.
Fix up this old farm girl. Well, I was out the other night and someone goes, me and Jules were out, surprise, and we ran into these guys and they're like, come join us, it's our birthday. And we're like, sure, we'll come join you. And then like 2 seconds in, they were like, you are just giving off like such country vibes.
they
And
could
I was
tell?
like, what about me? I was like, is this a positive thing or a negative thing? Like, what about me?
You still
Because
have
I
the,
grew
like,
up in the eastern suburbs of
Strand of
Sydney.
wheat like out your mouth chewing on. What about me?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean, country?
Yeah, because you literally are eastern suburbs, Sydney, like
Yeah, girl.
privileged, high, like private school girl. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Don't
that's not.
expose me like that. We lose 1,000
Well,
listeners.
Yeah. They're like, oh
I
god,
was like,
it's
oh,
not the
give
chat
the
sheet we
rich
signed
girl a
up for.
microphone.
But like, that's your foundation.
That's my route. But yeah, then I guess I sort of grew out of that though a bit. And that's why I like
You're, like,
wanted to get
self-aware
away
enough.
and go to
Yeah.
like I didn't want to go to uni in Sydney and I wanted to go to Wagga and
Yeah.
like but yeah, I don't understand. People are just like, oh, you're just so you give off country girl vibes. And I was like, interesting. Do you think so? Or do you think it's just you're not a clean girl?
I mean,
Like I took it as a
think you're-
positive. I was like, so you
you're
think I'm
clean.
chill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. I don't
Who
know. I
knows?
haven't met enough country people.
Tilly's like, what is
I
that?
don't know. I really don't think enough. God, I sound like an idiot this episode. Oh my god.
I just never really
I just don't really give a fuck.
I just cook and clean and have
just-
babies.
Literally. It's like I've already got baby brain where I'm like, don't ask me.
You're like, oh,
I'm just a
pregnancy
girl.
brain. It's like, you're not pregnant.
Yeah.
No.
But I want to be, so I'm already
No, I'm on
mentally there.
Ozempic.
Why do I feel drunk? It's like I'm like got the giggles.
The girls are on holidays.
Whoa, Melvin does this to me.
Melbourne sillies.
So I got a new car.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up, sorry. I just remembered something. I read a post. Apparently people who are dead in 2024, they looked in their brains and people have a tablespoon of plastic in their brain. Hello?
That is impossible.
Is it?
That's
like
actually
microplastics.
impossible.
Why? How?
No, there's 2 bottle caps worth of plastic in every person's brain.
No.
Oh,
That's nothing.
backed up by science over
But
here.
wait, what was the source?
Some Instagram post.
Yeah. Well, because see, does everyone want a little quick science lesson?
Yeah.
Is that your blood supply to your brain is protected by this thing called the blood-brain barrier, and only really, really tiny.
But it's microplastic going in there.
Yeah, but even big protein cells are too big to go through.
How big's a protein cell compared to a
Well, I don't actually know
speck of
how
microplastic?
big a microplastic is.
Micro.
MICRO
Under a
micro.
microscope. So like all collectively they'll make up a tablespoon of plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
You still don't
I'm
believe
just
it?
skeptical. I don't know how it could accumulate and sit in the brain. I think that's a scare tactic.
And is that why we're all we're just
That's why we're all stupid.
Yeah, that's my pregnancy brain. It's just microplastics.
Being clogged by microplastic.
Honestly, I'm so sick of the body constantly trying to kill you and the outside world. It's
Yeah.
like every minute of the day the world is against us.
Microplastic.
There are so many things going wrong in our body like every day. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Just like always trying to decompose. Like actively the race
Where did
against
this
time.
come from?
It's the microplastics.
Or is it just like
Tilly discovers entropy.
what's entropy?
Oh my God. That's when you're just like constantly
Everything is constantly degrading.
Decaying.
Yeah.
Well,
And it takes
true.
energy to fight against that.
It takes a lot of my mental energy. A little
We
bit
can
of
tell.
Botox and lasers.
I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's honestly this like, not to keep bringing it back to the hospital last week, I'm trying to move on, but like
All the listeners are like, yawn.
It's like, no, right? It's like literally being in a hospital for like such a prolonged time for the first time in my life. I'm like, wow, we are literally so lucky because our bodies are always decaying and like they're just organic matter that could break down at any second and just implode us. Not to mention all the plastics fighting against us in an exterior way. It's just insane. True. Anyway, that's me. The car I got is gorgeous. Made of plastic. I got like my dream car basically.
Was this an early birthday present?
Yeah, let's call it that. Yeah, and I do just want to note that I did buy it. It was not #gifted. So I am buying my way through life, just not being a little spoiled influencer. It's a convertible Mini, and I never knew that having a convertible would make me this happy.
No, it is a really cute car as well when we went for our little drive the other day. And like the dash is circular. And
it's just so cute. Like everything about it is cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And you can set a background that's really like aesthetic. It's just a cool car.
I know. So I have Miss Piggy obviously for my background.
Duh
brain. And then the little like lights are so circular and like it looks like there's looking at these big eyes at you. I'm like, hi.
It's actually
and then like
the cutest
driving it home from the car dealership and I was like on the highway, top down. Listen, I put on this song will forever make me happy, okay? Perfect Day, the one in Legally Blonde, the intro song. On this perfect day.
I could just so imagine you.
I know, like that. Ultimate girly. And I was like, wow! Like top down, perfect day. And I was like, yes, bitches, it's me. And I just needed to give myself that. And then I put the roof up and I got sun safe again. But I got sunburned still. And like,
how far will you drive with the roof down? Like only if you're cruising around the streets, or would you road trip an hour with the roof down?
I mean, it gets a bit
yeah.
And it's like my hair is just pissing me off as well. Like, wind in my hair. Oh, God. Like a windy day will set me off. And so good thing I got a convertible. But I think just local driving
Just
is
local
nice.
driving. Because it is like the idea of a top down is so fun.
So nice.
And then you pick up a bit of speed and you're like,
I know. Yeah.
close it back up.
And I'm just like too sun safe. I don't know, like I have the fairest skin that I've just spent thousands on getting like my sun damage lasered off. And so I just am like, oh great, now I've got to think about this.
Like cover up. We can just get a little hat with a chin strap so it doesn't blow away.
It's true. Such
and
a
look
cool
really
girl.
hot as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel so daggy in my hat, but I've been wearing it lots lately.
Good girl. Well, you've got a personalised number plate on your car.
Yes, but I have to say that wasn't because I know you hate personalised plates.
Because I was going to say I came in hot one day with these guys and I was like, I just think personalised number plates, as soon as I see them, I'm like, fuck you. Like,
I know.
you're the worst. And then Tilly was like, I have a personalised
Is now a good time to bring up one, Tilly?
I just don't understand it because you have to. Cars are expensive enough, and then you got to pay extra for your number plate. And then people just. I mean, yours, I let it slide because I like you. But
No,
every other person I've met with a
myself.
personalised number plate, fuck yourself.
Yep.
Like, and they always end up being someone that I'm like,
and it's always like Kayla. With like the 4 is a 3 or some shit like that.
Yeah, and then I get angry when I'm getting road rage, as I often do. Yeah. I'm just looking at their number plate being like, fuck you, Kayla.
Yeah.
Like I know you on a personal level. Like it's even worse.
I even feel like that. Like I'm beeping around being a bullshit driver and I'm like, whoopsie, sorry. And I'm especially with the top down.
I'm just Tilly.
I give like extra leeway because they can see me. So I'm like, yoo-hoo. And it's just like, one Tilly.
And everyone's like, fuck one Tilly.
But I will defend myself. When I was 18 and got my very first car, I like bought it all myself. And Dad always said he would like help me pay for my first car, like contribute a little bit. And then he surprises me with these personalised plates. So they were a present from Dad and they're like pink and like he picked the name One Tilly, which I personally wouldn't have, but good on him. It was very sweet. And then and I go, that's such a great, thoughtful present. Like, he's so thoughtful. And then I said, so you still helping me out paying for the car? And he goes,
I did.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, God, no, I got you the plates. And I go, But I didn't want the plates. I needed a few grand off the car. And so I've just always had these plates. And I don't know, I've obviously grown attached to them and I could never just throw them away because they're actually very expensive.
And
I
they're
want
really
to
cute.
honor that for Dad. They're really cute.
They are really cute.
I know. It's just annoying because I can't go anywhere with it being like a thing. Like, especially when I was in Brisbane, it's such a like small town where all my friends and family are, and you just see pink one Tilly like parked out, and they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing at the shop?" You know, and you're like, I can't go anywhere without being
can't do
followed.
anything incognito.
Exactly.
I can't even go and be sneaky without Tomky seeing my number plate driving
and
around.
The Mini, not to like plug the Mini, but it's like so smart. It's such a smart car. There's an app, and you can like track where you're driving on the Mini. Like I can unlock my car with the app.
So someone that's not there can see where you are, or you just track where you've been?
Like if someone's driving my car around, I can look on the app and be like, they're going to Surrey.
They're off.
Yeah.
A little Life 360 just for the Mini.
Exactly. Very clever. But the other thing at the dealership, they were lovely. We love the dealership. They just said this one thing that really grated me. And I think it's because he's like an old guy who's used to dealing with old clientele. I don't know. It's just like that generation of a car salesman being like, picking one up for the wife, are ya? Because when he said that, I was like, firstly, this is my car. I don't know. He kept on like, I know Tom's dealt with all the paperwork, but I was like, this is my car that I'm paid for. And he goes, so the great thing is you can track on the app. So, you know, when he says I'm clocked off at work and I'm coming home soon, you can just pull up the app and see he's at the pub. And he goes, because I know how you women love to keep track of your man.
Oh.
And I just said, sorry.
Did you say, well, men are worse?
No, I just said, just give me the keys, Mark.
Just give me the fucking keys.
Oh, I don't know why it stuck with me for so long. And Tom's like, just let it go.
No, I won't let it go. Do you guys track each other?
No.
And what do you think of like couples that do the tracking?
We actually had this chat the other night at dinner with some friends because like a lot of like my friends do that, which is fine. I just personally don't care.
Yeah. If someone was like, if I ever had a boyfriend and they were so adamant.
Hey, you will.
I don't want one. hey, it's coming just
all
around
here
the
for
corner.
you. Hang in there, sweetie. You're very brave.
You have to get like the old raspy smoker's voice on.
Hey, you're my good girl.
You'll be right, Tom.
You'll be right. So when you have a partner.
If they were like, I need to see your location at all times, I'd be like, no. Like like some people get so rule breakery over it.
Yeah.
I understand if like safety, like a few of my friends have Life 360 for like their family and their partners.
So you mentioned that before and I actually don't know what it is.
It's you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I realized. I was like, yep, exactly like Live 360.
And then you're like, what? It's like a track, so has their location and then also it'll give you notifications. So like if they leave and get in the car, it'll be like Tilly is like driving.
I just feel
and
like
all that kind of stuff. And then you can, if you really need to contact them, you can like send them alerts and it'll like make their phone
it's like, what's
go
so
off.
urgent?
It is.
Why can't we just have some alone time?
I know.
And it's
but
not
I
in like
see
a
it from like a
sneaky way.
safety
Yeah,
POV.
sure. Maybe
or like,
if it was like your kid, like I
Yeah.
feel like that, but like just another adult, I'm like, give me some space.
yeah, I guess I don't care. But if someone was to force it on me and be really strong about it, I'd be like,
Yeah.
then I would care and be like, fuck no.
I think though, if they like rationally explained it,
Yeah.
like I'm just trying to think if you, Tom, were like, I really need to know your location because I don't know what even the reason is, but I think if it wasn't like a controlling thing and it was out of, but it's
because
blurred
my
lines.
really good friends, they have it with each other, but they've got heaps of other people on it, and they're like such a healthy couple, and they
Right.
use it in such a healthy way. And I'm like,
to
oh
be
my
like,
God.
now I know when to put dinner on because they're 20
Yeah.
minutes away.
And I want to be like, I want to get it so when you say that you're leaving your house and you
True.
leave 40 minutes later, that I know that you
Yeah.
still haven't left because she always runs late. So I'm like, oh, I kind of love
Okay,
that.
well,
I
that's
want to get
healthy.
on it, and
Actually,
they have it in
that'd be-
such a good way.
It'd be helpful for me actually.
It would be very helpful for you. But then,
Well,
like
right.
people that incessantly need to know their partner's location, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm just like, get a life.
they always say the one that's the most suspicious is the one doing
Oh.
the cheating anyway. So if your partner's like so sus on you and checking your phone
they're
all the time, blah, blah,
projecting?
blah, it's because they're actually being shady as fuck. So people are like, oh my God, he cares about me so much. And it's like, no, he's actually
I don't think
projecting.
I'm very like I just keep saying I don't care. But yeah, what is
I think it's just being healthy and secure. It's not that you don't care. It's just like
I've never needed to care because
Yeah.
there's never been like a risk or
Yeah.
or a doubt in my mind.
I feel like if
Okay,
there's
that's
like
nice.
a deep if there's a level of insecurity in the relationship or something, then that's why people care. But when they're like, oh, I don't care, it's 'cause
You on the
just
other
feel-
hand, checking every minute. Just kidding.
Wait,
this
Tom
thing
just
on?
looked at Tilly who was like, what? Is this freaking thing on?
I'm sorry.
What you got on your little list over there?
I don't know if this is boring, but hair care. I have so much hair care.
Tell us about it. Because my hair is fucked all the time. I get colour
It's
put
great.
in straight away. It just goes back to being yellow. Like,
really?
the redhead just comes in and suppresses everything. And I can't use blonde shampoo
Why
because
don't
it's
you
not
just
the right
embrace your
tones.
redhead? It's so pretty.
I feel like I quite like, I don't know. It's
What?
still pretty
No, say
red.
it.
I just like the dimensions that the blonde gives it. Because when it's that
true.
like dark one-toned colour, it's just very like heavy. But I think for winter I'll go back.
Good. Because you in that green jumper with the red hair,
Hey,
it's like you've had your colours done or
you've got
something.
your colour wheel done.
I've been obsessed with wanting to get my colours done. I think I'm a soft summer, I think. Something about the blonde and blue eyes
Yeah.
and like fair skin. Apparently blue looks really good on me.
It does.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
But no, hair care I just have been obsessed with. I used to be really fixated on skin, which I still kind of am.
I think you still are.
Yeah.
You're very
it's fair.
into like looking after yourself, which I think is so nice. It's very refreshing.
I don't know. I kind of wish I had a more interesting personality.
You are interesting.
Thanks.
Thanks.
But I've been like oiling. Okay, obviously. You must have seen on TikTok this.
Yeah, like
this
hair
scalp
talk.
oiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hair talk.
I'm all over it.
Okay, so rosemary oil in the scalp.
Do you just buy rosemary oil or do you have to brew it yourself?
No, I tried brewing it. Not doing that again.
Okay.
I have no idea what sludge that created. Like I've never used it again. But it was like fresh rosemary picked, and I was like, I'm holistic. And no, I just bought some. And then like oil on the ends, and then you let that marinate. So they
Once a
say
week?
before I wash it, which is like every second day. My hair's so freaking greasy lately. I don't know why.
You
Stress.
just gotta ride it out and then it'll start washing itself.
What?
Well, like I only wash my hair like once, maybe twice a week.
But you've got really thick hair.
Yeah, I think that helps. And I'm not blonde. I feel like the blonde like shows up more maybe.
You've got great hair.
But I feel like you meant to like train your hair out of it. So you like
So
you
they
just kind
say,
of
like-
push through the grease
like
and then
Kourtney
it settles down.
Kardashian washes it. Didn't wash it for like a month or something.
Oh.
But I tried for like a week. I know that's not long enough. You're meant to.
No, but it
keep
gets
it
pretty
going.
gross.
It's disgusting. And I'm just like, you know what? Why am I never do short-term pain for long-term gain. I'm like, why am
Why
I
would I
sitting
do
in
that?
this filth? I'll just
wash it. Also, the feeling of being fully clean, squeaky after a
That's
shower,
it.
head to toe, is unmatched.
Exactly. So we're doing a hair mask after the oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 washes of shampoo in the shower.
Yeah.
I know this is exciting. And then now I'm going in with the Kerastase products afterwards because I've seen it all over TikTok and I'm just doing it. But I honestly want hair care recommendations because is it genetics or can you like make your hair long and thick?
I think it's both. I think it's hair care and like good nutrition. Like I think that good nutrition is so key for like hair, skin and nails because like they're the non-necessities that your body has. So if you are like under like nourishing yourself, then they're going to be the first things to go because all the nutrients get prioritized in like your main systems and then everything else is just an accessory. But if you're nourishing yourself properly, then you've got enough energy
an
to like
overflow of nutrition. But I
zhuzh
was taking
everything
these
up.
hair care vitamins for 3 months. So like it was enough to show results. I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be on the hair.
I would
the
say
oils and
internal. Because like when I was doing everything for my skin and then I ended up just taking Accutane and like the internal, for me, that just changed like more than anything.
Yeah.
So
Watch this space.
I guess, I mean, send us stuff.
Send us. Hey, send us your best.
Your
Do your
best
best.
hit.
And
Yeah.
we'll review it.
Go hard.
The winner gets $1,000.
Likes.
Well, do the people want another segment of dating corner?
Yeah,
or
go
like
for it.
Chachi's. Well, this isn't as much about dating. It's things I want men to stop fucking doing.
Okay.
Because
I'd like to hear.
I don't know why, but this is probably like really insignificant. But I'm so sick of men wearing AirPods in all contexts. And it's always the little buds, but you know they're the noise cancelling pros because they've got the black thing on the outside. Like my friend, he will Snapchat me in his house and he's got AirPods on. I'm like, you're living alone. Like there's no one else in the house. You don't have to have AirPods in right now. And then everywhere I look, it's just men walking around in AirPods.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay, there's a few things. Is it the fact that they think that their conversation is so like important and private that they need the AirPods?
Well, but they're not even like,
it's just what if they're listening to music?
you're not allowed.
Okay, not allowed.
No, something about, I think it's just me being petty, but I'm just
Is it
like,
too girly? Like the air, like Max is different if it's a whole headphone.
yeah, no, a whole headphone's more acceptable. It's like the little buds and they're
like,
always wearing them and it's like, take them out. we were at a friend's party and it was like out in the country and people like staying over in swags and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I walked past this guy's swag and he's sitting up on his phone with his AirPod fucking Pros in. And I'm like, you don't.
In the country.
Just like out and about, just scrolling his phone with his AirPods in. I'm like, you don't need to do that right now. Like it's so out of context. Like
fact
A,
is
that
on
you
his-
packed your AirPods to a party and B, that you're just like, where it's like 7:00 in the morning and you've already got your AirPods like nailed into the side of your head.
So is it like an addiction
little
to technology then? Is that because like if girls were doing this?
I think it's people wearing AirPods all the time out of context because like I personally only wear my AirPods on a walk or at the gym or on a plane. But when people are like grocery shopping with their AirPods in, I'm like, can you really not just like
that.
oh fuck?
Is this the Chachi approved AirPod list? So
No.
like airports acceptable.
Travel,
On a walk,
walking, moving. But then I'm like, can you not just like I feel
Live in
so
the present, in the
disconnected and like
Okay.
scared. Like I'm just like maybe it's autism, but if I've got
Yeah.
music playing, I'm trying to grocery shop, I'm like,
I completely
can't do
get
it.
that. So sometimes I'll just put them in and not play anything. But I like the thought of them being there. Like people think I'm busy.
It's like your I'm grieving sticker.
Yes. I just must not like. Sometimes I just get really randomly shy and I
Yeah.
don't like to
Sometimes
be
you don't
extroverted
want
all
to
the time.
go. You want to go somewhere and you don't want people to talk to you. So the
Yeah.
AirPods, I guess, are like a good blanket.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm just like, oh, on the phone. Come on, get excited. Yeah.
I don't think that. Yeah, I think I'm being hard on men that
Hard
wear
on men,
AirPods,
which
but
is
like,
fine. You're allowed.
fuck them.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry you have to sit here and
There's
cop this
something
abuse
about it,
on
kids.
your mankind.
Yeah, to be fair, girls are so unfair with the level of ick they give to guys. I was talking about this with my friend the other day and I was like,
Wait, like what? What do we do?
just like girls are so quick to give the ick and over the
sure.
meanest things. It's like, he wore AirPod Pros. And it's like,
Literally.
ugh. And it's like,
Yep.
that's such a normal thing. But it's just, it's real. Like when you, it's
That's such a
inescapable, the
unique one.
ick. Yeah, the AirPods got me.
Why is it they're so dainty?
Maybe. I don't know. I just get
Yeah.
annoyed. I'm like, chill out. Where are you
Just, like,
going?
live
Like,
your
take your
life.
AirPods out.
Yeah, like you're not that busy and
Yeah, but I think
important.
I have decided that it's not just men. It's like a sort of
Okay.
It's everyone.
That's
it's
nice.
across the board.
That's nice.
Yeah. But it's borderline giving me the ick.
I hate ankle socks on guys.
Ooh.
I think that's gross.
Okay, good. Just checking. Don't give socks.
You.
I feel like and does that include sockets? Like socks
Yeah,
that
it
you
does.
can't-
Or no socks at all. Like
Yeah,
if you've
zero
still got like
socks at
a
all.
loafer on. I don't know. I'm just like
Like
be
a
a
clo-
man and wear a shoe.
Wear a sock.
Or like, and even like ankle like Converse, you know, those ones that are like,
Oh,
they're just-
yeah.
They're for girls.
They're a bit dainty.
They're way too
Things that are
delicate
reserved
for,
for the
like,
girls.
yeah, abs-
AirPods, socks.
Airport, yeah.
AirPods and
Like ankle socks.
Ankle socks.
Yes, totally. Even ankle socks on girls. I'm just like,
I'm a bit
move
out.
on.
Ankle socks are a bit washed for me.
Yeah, totally.
Like they've had their time in the
They've had their
sun.
moment.
They've had their moment. But I guess that doesn't really count as a dating corner. It's just me taking
It's just you being a bitch.
shit on everyone. Well, let's talk about my dating corner of this week. Can jump back onto last week's episode where I mentioned we were talking about that I got ghosted by two guys, both with the same name. And I told the story about one of them, and then Tilly said the other one's quite a White Lotus story. So we'll tell that while it's still on everyone, while it's still fresh.
Okay.
So Christmas, Tilly's like listening to this story again, like, yep, here we go.
Here we go.
So
tell me.
last year for Christmas, I had 2 days off. I literally had Christmas Day and Boxing Day. That's it. So I flew up. We were having Christmas at the Gold Coast last year, and I flew up on Christmas Eve to have Christmas with the fam. And anyway, arrived later that night, and then first thing in the morning, I'm like, I just want to go to the pool. Like I literally have one full day off and on holiday. I just want to go and chill by the pool. So I strut down to the pool and I'm laying there with mum, and it was so windy, and it was like, and mum was like, aren't you cold?
wind.
Literally the wind tunnel. She's like, aren't you cold? I was like, I'm enjoying my day off. Anyway,
Nothing will stop me.
Nothing will stop me. I'm sitting by the pool, and then I look over and there's this other family, and there's this really hot guy there. And I was like, ooh, airport crush moment. Like, he's so attractive, and we made eye contact. Well, I thought we did. He had sunnies on, so did I. We were like far away from each other, but then he kept positioning himself so that he was always facing towards me. So we could keep making eye contact with each other. And I was like, noted. So then Will and I went in the pool, and I like did a little swim by, and then he did a fucking little pool swim by, and I was like, okay, that's it. Like airport crush moment. Like, you're so hot. That was really
Is that
fun.
literally all it takes to be like, this is on?
A swim by in the pool.
And like eye contact.
I think that eye contact is such a big indicator of like, if you maintain the eye contact, it can kind of give someone the invitation to be like, come up to me and like
true.
say hi. Whereas if you do the like look away, it just
Yeah, you're right.
immediately
That's a
shuts
shutdown.
down like
Yep.
the interaction. But you got to be brave enough, because when you get shy, it's like, ooh, look away. And you got to like
I
hold
could not
out.
be a guy. God, the amount of like rejection it would.
It
just
happens to
like,
girls.
oh yeah, true. So old fashioned. Oh my goodness. I could never.
I know, but it is like, I hate approaching. I can't do it. So I was like, oh, cool. And then it was getting really windy. So I go up in the lift with my grandma back to the room, and lo and behold, we get in the lift, and it's the same lift as him and his family. And I was like,
Oh my God. I could picture this in White Lotus, like the tension.
Yeah.
And are you still making eye contact?
a little bit, but I like, as I walked into the lift and realized we were in the same
like,
one,
oh.
I looked at myself, you know, when you've been swimming and you
shit.
just look fucked.
Yes.
And it was like full hair under, like I was wearing like the like bath towel wrapped around me, like,
And it's really long.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look cute
No,
in
it's
short
like a little
skirt.
sarong.
It's like
It's
down to your
long.
ankles. And it's
all, like,
it's
bulky.
a thick towel. It's not like a skimpy
No.
little throw.
no, it was just like, I looked in the
And
mirror
the rolled bulge. Tell me.
and I remember looking
And the
in the
little
mirror.
drowned hair rat.
It was like when it slicked back like this.
Oh, the slick.
But then it's a bit puffy because it started to dry. And I remember looking in the mirror and being like, okay, well, this is definitely over now because you look fucked.
And you've seen me in my
And now,
like
you've
bare
literally seen me close up and
Yeah.
I look disgusting.
It's honestly the worst time to see someone too. Like
No.
close up right after
Fresh
a
out of the
swim,
pool.
and your eyes are a bit like reddish from the chlorine.
Opening
and,
your eyes
and
under.
even like the eyebrows are like
A little
in
bit
disarray.
scruffy.
Like I hate when all the hairs are scruffed.
Well, that was Chachi. And we're going up in the lift and it's really silent. So
And
I
your
was
feet would have been out. Okay.
dogs on display.
I didn't even think about this.
Neither did I. That's why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And it was so quiet in the lift and I was like, I've got to say something. And I was like,
In front of everyone.
well, to my grandma, I was like, I'll just start talking to my grandma to
I
like
see.
fill in the
I
silence.
thought you meant to say something to him.
Imagine if I'm like,
Well-
hi, everybody.
This is my boyfriend.
What's the deal with elevators? They like start doing stand up in the lift. And
And he's just like, oh, God,
stop.
get me out of here.
No, I was like to my grandma, I was like, I'm going to go to the gym and then
Hot.
I'll be ready for Christmas lunch. And she's just like,
Okay.
I fucking don't care what you can, like, why are you speaking? Like,
Why are you
why are
talking
you
to
just
me?
talking at me? So then I go to the gym and I walk in.
That's what I do. Okay, not to keep
No,
interrupting.
tell me.
Just that's what I do if like once again, like you have to pretend to be on the phone. You know,
Yeah,
you'll be
you just,
like, you just like say
start
you
speaking.
just speak about like what you're doing.
Yeah, and everyone's
And
like,
I'm at the shops right now and I'm just picking up this. No, actually I don't want that anymore. And you just like, what the hell am I saying?
what am I saying? I was literally like, you idiot. And I go to the gym and I walk in and then he's there with his brother and his dad.
Do you reckon he knew because you said I'm going to the gym?
I don't know. But then I'm like, maybe they were talking about the gym and that's why I brought it up. But like I wasn't listening to their conversation, but I was. But
okay.
anyway, we're all at the gym at the same time. And again, like making eye contact, I smiled a few times to try and
Had
like
you put makeup on at
gauge
this
the
stage?
room. No.
Well,
I
that's
just went
good.
to the
I'm glad
gym.
you didn't. Like you didn't like performatively.
No,
Okay.
just like I was literally wearing my tiny girl t-shirt and like a pair of shorts and I was like, off we go. And then I really wanted to use the Smith machine, but it was all like set up with like as if someone was using it. And he was the closest person to it. And I was like, I'm just going to ask him like, hey, are you using this? Can I jump into a set with you?
Do you want to spot me?
And he's like, ew. I go over and I was like, hey, are you using this? And he was literally like, no.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay, he hates me.
Oh.
So I start setting up the thing and whatever and keep working out. But then we keep looking at each other. I go to like one side of the gym to start like cooling down and stretching. And then he was over there doing another exercise. And I was like, I get it. Like your family's here. It's kind of hard for us to like talk. And I was literally about to say something because he was like getting on the scales. And I was going to be like, it's Christmas, mate. Like don't do it to
Oh my
yourself.
God. Yes.
And then I was like, nah, whatever.
save room for him.
Save room. But yeah, you stacked it on.
And I'm him.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll just leave it. And I walk out of the gym and I was a bit like, oh, like I kind of thought that he was going to come over and say something to me. Whatever. Like
Totally.
it's done now. Like I've got Christmas lunch. I'm leaving tomorrow. So I thought, anyway, I get back to the room after Christmas lunch. This is like 5 p.m. that day. And I have a new follower on Instagram. And I was like, what the heck? Anyway, I look on the profile and then I was like, Will, it's the hot guy from the pool. He's found my Instagram. And Will was like, what the heck? How did he find
Yeah,
you? And I was
literally.
like, how the fuck did he find me? Like he literally only knew what I look like. I was like,
Yeah.
how on earth did you find me? Anyway, I followed him back.
Okay. Go.
And then he messaged me being like, hey, don't mean to be weird, but I saw you today. I think that you're really pretty. And I was like, this is like pretty cool to go from airport crush moment to
Yep.
like now you're messaging me on
Yep.
Instagram.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you meet him at the airport?
No, but like airport crush moment. Like, you know, when you see
it's just
someone
like
at the
someone
airport and it's just like
passing by.
someone passing by.
I've never had that experience ever.
Oh,
But
every
must
time
be
I'm at the
nice.
airport, I'm looking for someone my age just to look at, just for
that's
fun.
sweet. They're just for fun.
Just for fun.
skis.
So yeah, so
okay.
he messaged me that
Did you
night.
find out how he found you?
Yes, well, his brother recognized, he must have said to his brother, like, oh, she's fit. And then his brother was like, I think her brother is this Will Gibb guy. So he looked
Pays
up Will's
to have a
Instagram.
famous
Yeah,
brother.
thank you, Willski. He looked up Will and then just put Gibb in the search bar. And then obviously my Instagram would have come up in his following.
Smart.
Yep, found me. But also lucky for him that Will's famous because like
otherwise he wasn't like
he would
ballsy
have just
enough
been
to come up
thinking
and
about
talk
me
to
all
you
the time.
Yeah.
So he messages me, I message back, we're chatting. He's like, when do you leave? And I said, oh, tomorrow. Anyway, we ended up on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, thank you.
Okay,
You know when
then
people
talk me
joke
through-
about,
yes.
like, I want Santa to bring me a
boyfriend.
6'3"
Oh my God.
blonde mullet. He did. you, Santa.
So that night,
we met up. He was like, he wasn't actually staying at the hotel. His family was, and he lives up at the Gold Coast. So he had to come back to the
Made the
hotel.
effort.
I know, thank you.
so we'll wait. Slow it
Sorry.
down.
We're jumping.
You've had the back and forth hi in the messages.
Yeah.
And then he said,
When
what are you doing tonight? Oh,
He said, when are you
leaving?
going home? I was like,
Okay.
tomorrow. And he said, oh, that's such a shame, like blah, 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 that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, well, it's only 9 p.m. Like, let's do
There's still
something
time.
now.
Yeah.
So he came back up and he came to the hotel and we went for like a walk along the beach
That's
out the
cute.
front and just like sat down and just chatted for ages. And he was actually awesome. Like we got along really well. He was really funny. He was so hot.
Oh my God.
And
Oh my God, what happened?
what happened?
Did anything happen?
We kissed. And I was like, it felt like wrong to be like being like hanging out with a guy on Christmas. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's such a,
this
like,
is so
wholesome
random. We're on
family-
Christmas Day and we're like, let's go on a date.
Yeah, so true. Normally you'd be like, I don't know, in like a little food coma or something,
Yeah,
not
it was
like
just
walking
random.
the beach.
But I was happy that we were both just like, fuck it, let's go and do it. Because it was really fun and really spontaneous. And then,
never
Then-
again.
then he ghosted me. Well, until
Oh my God.
we hung out in Sydney the other day.
Oh, true. Yes. Right. So anything since then? Another ghost.
Well, a mutual ghost, I would say. Because
Okay.
like I don't want to say too much because now he knows exactly who he is. But obviously when you have such an organic encounter like that, you really romanticize the encounter in your head because you're like, that was really
That
fun
was
and
the
like
most romantic thing,
spontaneous and like kind of cool. Yeah, there's that like romantic.
Yeah, you really hype
over the
up
top
every
of
detail.
because I was like, wow, that was so serendipitous. As Robert Irwin
As Bob
would
Irwin would be looking for.
And so then we were chatting like after, like for a couple of weeks. And then that's when the ghosting happened. And then I realized that like, yeah, what the fuck? Like you live in the Gold Coast and I live in the South
not
Coast. Like it's just
sustainable.
not really sustainable. But then like to have the little, I'm in
Such a
Sydney, you in
sweet-
Sydney. But yeah,
Cute though.
it was very cute. And you know what? I went up. After that, I was like, wow, if this is my 2025 dating life, like I'm going to have a great year. And then it just plummeted. But that's my White Lotus story for anyone that was
I
hanging
could
on
literally
for
see
it.
Mike White just eating that sort of encounter.
Mike
up.
White?
The creator of White Lotus.
He's back.
Who's Mike White?
But yeah, it was very fun. I feel like that's one of those things that as you're a kid on a family holiday, like you see
That's what I used
the
to
cute
dream
boy in the
of.
pool and you imagine that you'd go
Yes.
out on a date and it happened
And it
in real life.
happened.
It was actually pretty cool. So hot pool guy, if you're listening, thank you.
Aw, That's sweet. That's
Yeah.
nice.
So that was my little
I think-
story.
Think we got to wrap it up.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
Hey, it's been real.
Let us know what you want to talk about next week on the
Yep, we'll be
Facebook
we'll be
group.
back on regular location.
Yeah, we'll be back in the studio
Yep.
next week and we're ready for more. Love you guys.
Bye. Bye, Chachi.
Bye, Till.
Join the Facebook group. Is there any guests anyone would want?
Strawberry Milk Mob.
Yes, Joe Frost.
And Kat Clark.
Anyone that we could actually get?
Strawberry
anyone would
Milk
want.
Mob.
Joe Frost. And Cat Clark.